Whoa, how's it going, folks? Now, I'm pretty sure the acronym caught your attention. So, the acronym is M.I.A.M.I. M-I-A-M-I. And I have to elaborate it to you guys because this is very important. And no matter how much we work, it's still always relevant to our daily life. Okay. So, I got this acronym from Pitbull, the rapper, the Mr. 305. His first album is called Miami with the acronym. So basically, M, money, I-S-A-A-M, major, I, issue, Miami. Money is a major issue. Why is that? Money is always a major issue, regardless if you're single, family, you're retired, or you're in your deathbed. Just cause you retired, whatever what age, there's a lot of cost, right? I said to many people out there, what is a happy figure for you to retire, right? I don't know why it's the camera. Yep. Then those who are retired in the future, they better have a passive income. That is something I should work on. I know I've been saying to myself the whole time. And money is always a major issue. Just cause you can pay your mortgage and your interest and a bit of principal on time, but age and health will decline you. You know, your fatigue level of obviously and things like that. And it's always been high spending. You know, money is always a major issue. So in a good role model to be a good parenting, to raise an infant to all the way to adulthood and as they're getting married, or you know, there's so much money involved. Just because the child just turned 18 or 20, or it got kicked out the house or got out the house, does not mean that a family does not save money, right? You know, families have to save money for maybe perhaps for a mortgage for the kid, you know, or a deposit for buying a house or buying a car, or perhaps what's that word, or wedding. You know, it can be very expensive. A child, you know, raising a child in the modern world is expensive. That's a real good role model, right? So money, even when you do retire, even I don't know. I ask many people out there, right? You can get your redundancy, or maybe you don't have your redundancy. You have your long service leave. You can have your savings, your super, and I don't know. I'm just putting this figure out of my ass. All right, let's just say 500,000. All right, you retired from it. Let's just say, all right, now currently retirement age is 65, 67, 60, let's just say 67. By our generation, it's going to be 70 or whatever. All right? Okay. You get to choose what you want to live your life. All right? Your health declines. You maybe have a couple of, you know, I don't know, you have houses or things like that. You will go to, your mentally stage will go to dementia or loss of mobility. There's gonna be lots of money on restructuring the house to fit your ability of your body, right? You got that. You got those who wants to live in the house instead of going to a nursing home or aged care. Fair enough. I'm not saying good or bad. As an individual myself, when I work in aged care, I get to see many of the elders who are living very, very miserable and not happy, and they wish that, you know, these medication will get them, you know. But there's a long process. All right, you can, you know, finish university, have some university debt, you find the love of your life, and then you're married to the person. Then you still have uni debts, and after that, then you have, right, you know, starting a family. When starting a family, it either becomes two breadwinners or one sole breadwinner. Then you have the journey of, you know, taking the child to the child care, or going through tutoring or health issues as well. Then you're going through more than that. Then taking a child, buying a bigger car, bigger house, because the child's a bit older, and you need a bit more room for the house, and you buy more, whatever what the child's satisfact their needs. And raising a child is very all the way through. And then you go up, then you have like high school, university, and etc, etc, etc. Money is flowing all the way through, but the savings between husband and wife or divorce will on decline, because you're trying to do the best of the child. In the Western world, a child grow up to be individualism, and doesn't really necessary to help the family back or give back to the family, where that person individual, whether it could be single or perhaps still continue living with the family, uh, you know a man child. That's what modern what they use. Childs tend to live with the family longer, to all the way to 25 or 27 or 30s or mid 30s or whatever it is. It's a very expensive in the savings, and not much reward. So money's always been a major issue, you know. Even if you get to the even if the parents, whether they divorce or not divorce, and having the savings, and in a split to half, one goes to aged care because of health decline, and others are still functioning properly, and then money goes like that. Then when it gets old, then a lot of health medical bills and all these hospitals and the surgeries. And then after that, then you have uh you know your having your funeral, your casket, and whether you got to be cremated or not. It's just so much money has been pouring all the way through. And money has always been a major issue, because in today's world, being in a young adult or trying to start a family, or before starting a family, job insecurity, and the global issues as well can affect, especially with the COVID-19 shutting every single business down. And it's a crime. It's a very different thing. That's why money is always important to always have. Can't always rely on the government. Government can flick on the finger and say, nope, we're going to stop funding the criteria. Or even having pensions, the criteria is even tougher and harder, right? As the aging population, not many people having kids, wage earners are less. So there's the problem, unless there's a UBI or things like that, universal basic income or things like that. So I don't know. So money is always a major issue. Money solves lots of problems. Many businesses who earn so much money, have so much savings, and still running their business, is the use the savings to survive this hunger game. All right. So, or families, I feel sorry for those who I got mates who got married, have kids, and they can't work because of the COVID-19, and they have the social welfare, but the government always wanting to reduce the lengthy time limits of the social welfare. So it's interesting, it's interesting to see the whole process. That's all. And money's always been important, because money, you have instant access. All right. So, for example, you suffer mental health, you want to see a psychiatrist, or if you're, and, you can use the free government one, but it takes weeks or months for you to get the services. Or if you have your own money, boom, flick of the finger, you have the psychiatrist within a week. All right, so it's better to solve the mental health a lot earlier than later stage, or access psychology, or all this stuff. Anything got to do with government, you have to fill in a lot of paperwork, a lot of waiting queue, and it's just too much, going through. So you have that as well. Um, Social problems, like when shit hits the fan, whether you suffering midlife crisis or perhaps a quarter year life crisis, money is always there to back you up. There's no one there. Mum and dad can't always be there for you the whole time. So that's why I say Miami people, money is always a major issue, no matter what age you are. But if you have a passive income, good luck on you guys, mate. You guys made a good choice.